Look, I had Tania Mihailuk on one of the panels last week. She's a smart lady, double degrees, a New South Wales Labor politician. Thank God there are people like Tania Mihailuk. She's from Sydney's West, proud of it. The ALP conference was on, state ALP conference in New South Wales at the weekend. She highlighted ahead of the conference that the big four banks had made plenty of money during coronavirus, retail giants posting record sales, yet as she said, the New South Wales economy has taken a weekly hit of $1.3 billion, and she estimated the total cost could be $16 billion. She criticised the coalition for worrying about their jobs, not the jobs of others. On her figures, 173,000 workers have lost their jobs since July. She's talking New South Wales. 64,000, she said, have given up looking for jobs that don't exist. And 212,000 New South Wales businesses, her figures, hit the wall in July and August alone. And she rightly said, these are small businesses that are the lifeblood of the state's finances and local communities. Builders, repairers, painters, signwriters, cafe owners, hairdressers. She said all just trying to pay their bills and look after their families as best they can. And then this, quote, one part of the employment economy that has held up during the COVID pandemic, aside from toll operators gouging families up to $6,000 a year, is the mining sector. She went on, quote, based on the latest figures, it's expected that mining will contribute nearly $15 billion to the state economy, including around 30,000 direct jobs, while supporting nearly 8,000 supplier businesses on the side. And then she said this, Tania Mihailuk, dropped from the shadow cabinet in New South Wales by the previous leader, reinstated by Chris Minns, she said, quote, these are precisely the sort of jobs Labor needs to develop policies to support and protect at this weekend's conference. Now, what about this? For firing straight from the hip, she said, when can we expect the usual greeny, chest-thumping conference motions from a few in the radical left about the evils of mining? Labor's keep cup sipping, lefty tweeting, Instagram posers would do well to remember what they thought bubble delivery devices are actually made of. Gold, silver, copper, chromium, cobalt, nickel, tin, titanium, tungsten, platinum, zinc and zirconium, metals, she said, dug up from the hard, dirty ground at Broken Hill, Peak Hill, Cadia Hill, North Parks and Cobar, she said, to name just a few, before being manufactured into sleek laptop tablets and mobile phones, all beautifully packaged in sleek boxes and placed on air-conditioned shopping mall shelves. Not to mention, she says, the coal we need to mine to power these devices. She didn't miss. Tania Mihailuk is now the Shadow Minister for Natural Resources in New South Wales. She said it's worth noting without these mines in our regional areas, we lose not only vital jobs, but often whole communities. As families leave town to find other work, they leave those remaining bereft of local skills and services, unquote. Now, what would you mark those comments? About 100 out of 10? I love it, don't you? Labor's keep cup sipping, lefty tweeting, Instagram posers would do well to remember what their devices are made of. Metals dug up from hard, dirty ground, and coal has to be mined, she said, for the electricity to power these devices. Tania Mihailuk, sadly, while you have these lefty tweeting, Instagram posers in the Labor Party, Tania, remember one thing, there are plenty of them in the Liberal Party as well. What do you think? Email me, alan@alanjones.com.au or the text line 0414 000 848.